I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday, everybody. Thank you for joining us on the stream for our coverage of semifinal number 1 of the MVSSEA Fall 2020 Valorant League. We have for you today an epic clash of best of 3 between Killarney and Vancouver College. Our maps today will be, first we'll be playing Haven, and then we will decide the maps as we go on along the series. Both of our teams here have been coming off quite a bit of momentum in the regular season, not dropping any of their latest 4 matchups. How do you think this will translate into the game today?
Well, yeah, both of these teams are very strong. The last time we actually saw Vancouver College and Killarney was, I believe, a couple of weeks ago, and Vancouver College has come closest to, performing the upset against this team since, they are throughout the entire regular season. They've been very dominant, and today I want to see if Vancouver College can pull it across the final mile and get it across the finish line and upset what is basically, the most dominant team so far.
Yep, they are coming off quite a bit of momentum, like you said. They haven't dropped any of the latest 4 games. I think for them it's to take that momentum and run with it positively. For Killarney, it's to maintain their momentum for the entire season. And I think for both teams to be able to be successful here, they have to kind of take into account the preparedness of the other team, potentially. They've had a lot of time to prepare since the last time these two teams met, so it's going to be interesting to see what they have in store for us today. And the Killjoy not quite spotting out the 3 going down C long. Let's get a little bit of tag, so know that there's just one player here. Jet dash straight into her molly. Does take a bit of damage from the Killjoy molly. Down to 34 HP now. One shot will do it, and Vert does close it out. Mai for the second with the trade frag. 4v4 now. Wing pulls one back for the 3, and won't add another one on. It's 2v4 now. Still looking for the retake now. Vancouver College does get the first regular. Second, nice shot onto Wonan. It's suddenly a 2v1. It's favorable their backside, and they close it out. Vancouver College with the first, and they're first on the board. If you haven't realized already, Vancouver College, they are on the defender side. They're going to be green on your screen on the left, and Killarney is red on the right side of your screen.
Yeah, that was a very impressive retake, and that original site hold was pretty good, getting the first pick, but that retake with Irregular's pistol shots was just perfect, very crispy, even early today, this morning. Going to the second round, looks like VC is gonna have some SMGs, gonna have one pistol on Irregular. Let's see if Irregular can pull off even crispier shots this time around. Killarney bit of an eco. This time pushing up quite heavily towards B. Only sees one. When gonna flash in. This point looks like a full execute onto B. Desperately trying to hold sight. Down to a 4v4 instantly. Sakura and Mori both kills onto one and Mori. Down to a 4v2. Only one player left. Does get one pick with the Sheriff, but is closed out by Vert. 2 on the board.
Yeah, Vancouver College needed that round. That was an eco for the side of Killarney, right? They needed to keep those weapons and run with the momentum for the first round, and they did just that. Great stuff from the regular, even just dashing straight into the site, no fear at all. If you saw, she just used her updraft and went straight on top of those boxes, and they even hunted down the last player, closing out the round. So we're seeing good stuff from them so far. It looks like Killarney's going to be kicked back onto another bit of an eco. Looks like they're going to try to bring out the full rifles in the 4th round as they try to get something done with these eco pistols. And Irregular getting picked through the wall. He's looking clean today, looking warm to the touch. And they pick up the spike and they move towards mid. Now B is an interesting site for these pistols because if they can get close range, they could do quite a bit of damage. And if Vancouver College aren't careful and they give these fights up to the pistols, this could end badly. But keep in mind, a lot of them do have sheriffs. So those are ranged weapons, not too good for spraying close range. Classic with a shorty or something like that is more ideal. Morrigan could catch the timing, but chooses to fall back and hold garage. Warner trying to get some long range shots with nice shots with the sheriff, but unable to connect to anything so far. Oh, Morian does get a dink onto the Securigima, going down with the Vandal though. And they are gonna look to fall away from Speedlon at this point.
30
Now, if
seconds
that's
left.
a mistake, I'm not sure. I'm not sure they knew that she had the Vandal. Maybe if they knew, they would have pushed up and tried to take that weapon. But nonetheless, it's looking to push towards A, and this might be the right call. Regular here by himself, but keep in mind he's been a hero all this game so far. One dash onto the side. Oh, just get taken out. An
10
instant
seconds left.
from
Spike
Mio.
planted.
Close range. Gives the Gobbler able to take one down with the Stinger. Now picks up the Randall. One under. He knows where, and he gets that shot. Nice shot. Wonan able to get one with the Sheriff. However, it's even 2v2. One player down short and one down long. Time is their best friend. They're expecting time to
One enemy remaining.
be their best friend here. Vert taking down the one at long, and the one at short needs to push up to get this person off the. Oh, it does get the. It does get the diffuser. Nice shot onto the Morrigan, but unfortunately Vert just with the Odin. And closing out the round, a third for Vancouver College.
Yeah, this is a very exciting game so far, especially with that very close retake at the end of that last round. Both teams looking very crisp today. Both teams hitting some of the best shots.
Placing swarm grenade.
At the end though, that weaponry advantage just helped VC so much. So going into this next round, both teams have full buys, so let's see what they can pull out. Irregular with the judge.
See.
Let's see how that turns out.
Get out of my way.
Looks like Killarney's gonna try to get some info up B. A lot of killjoy utility is here though, and that could just, you know, force him out of that site. Mai not yet finding anyone. Looks like Killarney's taking things slow. Not much happening so far.
And I think this is the right call, right? There's a bunch of Killjoy utility at B,
Yeah.
and so if they were to push up, they would be caught by that. So it's good for Vancouver College to kind of hold these more passive angles, not give anything away, and that's what Killarney is looking to punish.
Smoke does go into garage though. Omen might push this, blind going in, but chooses not to in the end. One player on B, going this trap there right now, taken out by Glizzy Gobbler. Nice headshot. Morian trading it back onto Securigima. But Vert once again with the Odin, powerful weapon. Vert getting a kill, but traded immediately by Mai. But
30
Morian
seconds
always
left.
there for the trade as well. Down to a 3v2 for Vancouver
player
College.
standing.
Nice shot from Glizzy Gobbler. Dealing with Neo and a regular final shot onto Morian, closing it out 4-0 for Vancouver College.
Yeah, Regular's looking great today. The form looking quite nice. He has opt now as well. They are building up a bit of a bank. Killarney, if they look to invest into this one, they have players, you know, who might have to take a little bit of a lesser buy, as Ronan looking to be all the impact, a lot of weight on one person's shoulders for that rifle. Looks like they might do a fast C-take. Ronan leading the charge, but it's gonna have to be a big performance here for Securigima, at least call for the rotates. She's been playing a bit of a passive angle, so they could move up without them noticing. However, is close for a quick rotate. They are already onto the site. Oh, able to get one blind and get away undetected. Great stuff. Morrigan. Morrigan, 2-man spray down. Can he get a third? Yes, he can. On C site, doing everything. Now Cypher knows, but he does get the trade. But Grizzly Gobbler able to trade it back. They do take the one weapon away, and they are going to look probably to get a sixth, a fifth on the board for Vancouver College.
Yeah, we've mentioned in the past that Vancouver College's defender side is very strong. We can see that here.
Placing
Just,
swarm grenade.
you know, keeping
Placing swarm grenade.
Killarney out of the site or maybe not out of the sight, but at least, you know, not letting them plant, being able to get the important kills, and getting out without dying. You know, not letting Killarney get those trades is crucial. And so far, Vancouver College are very successful at that.
You might have seen the scoreboard there. You see that Securigima is at the bottom, but I will say she has been crucial for giving that information and giving those picks. You might say, well, she's Reina, she needs to get those impact frags, but if she can give all the information to her team, that is also ideal.
Oh,
catching
Season
the back.
not actually held. Morgan, nice shot onto Mori Jin. Spike will go down.
Spike planted.
And Killarney are set up for a 3v5 post-plant situation. My taken out by Glizzy Gobbler through the wall again. How many of these shots has he hit through the wall?
You should run.
Killjoy gonna have that ult coming out. Most players are gonna be forced to fall back to long. A very nice shot with that Odin. There is a player grass though, and he could actually flank through garage. Neo, nice shot too!
Player remaining.
Lining up for them. Irregular trades it back though. But Morian closing it out. First round on the board for Killarney.
Yeah, Mio, those impact frags, those two, they just lined up for him and straight onto the diffuser. So if they had held that, that would have been their round. But Killarney able to pull it back right in the last second. The first on the board. And looking to get a few more.
This goes here.
The half is over. Although Vancouver College is sitting pretty comfortably on 5 right now, they do have an economy to back up another buy, so they are going to be buying straight into this one.
Cutting their vision.
As we look to maybe have one player push A, make some noise, maybe blocking the rotates. Kirajima off the C side already, and that's where the Phoenix is, so this could be a lot of real estate given away for free. Just Mai here making noise. Fila and Winga calling out the numbers here on the C site. Opts to look away actually, but it is actually free for the taking. Not that he knows that. Oh, Morijin just on top of the railing, the ledge rather, gets the headshot, and now it's going to prompt them to speed up a little bit. It's going to be an A take, but there is one player here already on the C site. They don't know that. They're going to be rotating players over. As they leave the A site completely, Vert able to get the better of Winga, and they're rotating all their players to the C site, which may have been a mistake. They are onto the A site already. Irregular able to get this information for his team, tell them that they are at the A site and they are planting.
Spike planted.
Spike goes down, one under, strong setup here for Killarney. One on site. He has to be careful not to get his head taken off by Irregular. Kirajima, however, the one to take the kill. One short. Again, one under. We're able to get one back and trade it into a 1v1. Oh my! Oh, those nice 2 kills. The last finished in style with the headshot. Second for Killarney.
Yeah, those 2 picks at the end were just very clean.
Yeah.
And just ensuring that they do get that round.
Yeah.
Still, Killarney down 5-2. But they seem to have figured out some of the ways that they can break through the defenses of Vancouver College. And Vancouver College seem pretty overzealous with these rotates. But it has worked well for them in the past. When going straight through the Cypher cage. Looks like once again we're going to have one player pushing A, trying to make some noise and drawing those rotates. Morijin barely at the edge of the smoke, able to keep track of what's happening. But it does look like Killarney is going to opt to go towards B. Mio does have the knives out. Irregular getting the first kill onto Mai. Glizzy Gobbler waiting here for a player to peek. Does he know that the is there? Gets one onto Wenga. Morijin getting Mio. Morijin does trade it back. But it's a 4v2 for Vancouver College, and both of the attackers are basically trapped out of all the sites at this point.
Look at Irregular's position.
Will he notice? Oh, Irregular getting a nice headshot. Morian does trade it back.
Where is everyone hiding?
Gonna use that ult. and he needs to try to get onto site and get that spike down at the very least. He is in a molly though, and he unfortunately dies at the end to the molly. Vert actually, you know, these mollies are pretty well placed, covering the entire default plant.
Yeah, just in that B site, that scrabble in the B site that we saw, you know, Mio's position was crucial, right? He was pushed up. I don't think the Phoenix, so Gizly Gobbler, I don't think he saw him necessarily, but Morrigan able to just take that space for his team, make sure that his teammate doesn't get flanked. That was great teamwork from them, and to be able to close out that player was really a crucial turning point in the round. And you said the Vert's utility, yeah, absolutely. That allows them to just leave the A site wide open, and they know it's going to be defended, right? That alarm bot speeding up the process of those mollies, the damage. And now it's even being placed on C, where the players are looking to go. As they push up, not looking to lose too much to the Phoenix ult. Has 2 players and rapid picks. It's a 3v1 now. 2v1 as Winga is able to pull one back. Spike is in the control of Vert at the moment, but Winga is able to get a kill down. And Vert just the weaponry upgrade. The weaponry advantage, against Winga, and they take a 7th.
Yeah, no one checked that corner while they were pushing onto site, giving Vert the ability to just sit there and wait until they came into view. And at that point, it was a perfect lineup for 2 of Vancouver College's players, and they were able to just get those 2 picks, and along with that utility, just lock Killarney out of the site.
Yeah, this is some quality Valorant that we're seeing. Great team play, great individual skill as well. Let's see what the next round can deliver.
Looks like we're gonna have 2 players over to the C site. Sakura immediately just, you know, gonna go back and hold a more passive angle. Doesn't want to take any unnecessary risks. However, it looks like Killarney is going to regroup towards the A site. Maybe. One player is pushed up long though. The question is, will they check this angle? Irregular setup for possibly a multi-kill if they don't check it. However, Killarney are thorough. They are going to check it. And Wench does get the better of Irregular. And that will be a weapon upgrade, I believe, for one of them.
Joke's over!
Only one player back site, trying to hide. Oh, Lizzie Goblin, nice peek, getting 2. That wide swing completely catching Killarney by surprise. And the remaining players on Killarney are going to just leave at this point because there is that ult. They don't want to get trapped there. Will they push back towards A? Mai seems to be watching window or mid right now. Possibly
30
pushing
seconds
towards
left.
Garage. Morrigan sees Reyna, doesn't act on it yet.
Shadows traveling.
And once again, VC rotating a lot of their players off A, only 1 left. It is Glizzy Gobbler with that 2K earlier. Only 13 seconds on the clock. If they want to get that, if they want a chance to win this round, they gotta get that spike down now. Glizzy Gobbler getting a 3rd. Will he get the final one? Oh, May barely arriving there too late, and unfortunately just not enough time to plant, and Secure will close it out as well. Denying any save, and 8-2.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of wallbang kills this game, and I think that's just a testament to how good these 2 teams are, right? They're absolutely creating their own luck, and I think, you know, the utility from Vert has been so good this round. It's just gotten so much information. It's denied so many site takes, and for Glizzy Gobbler to take that 4K, even that, you know, that Omen that was super low from that engagement with the regular earlier, I think he's got to be the impact player for that round. As the regular taking a bit of a different look. Now push up short. Will they expect it? No, they're looking in the wrong direction. Mai though with a snappy trade. It is 1-for-1, so 4v4 now. Glizzy Gobbler still on the site. Able to get 1, but it is the Phoenix ult, so it won't cost them a player. Mai able to get 1 back as well. It is a 2v4. An A site. Fully in the control of Killarney, and even a nice shot on the Sakura-jima, leaving only 1, and Mai able to close it out with a headshot of her own. So 8-3 as we move into the last round.
Yeah, once again, Killarney showing that hyper-aggressive side of them, just rushing onto A, being able to deal with the players there and getting trades. That's honestly the most important part of any tactical FPS. Getting those trades. When one player goes down, you have to get those trades or you're at a disadvantage. But you know, Killarney does get those and keeps them in a good position, and they do win that round. This time, Spike will be heading toward the C site. 2 players here with all of the Killjoy utility, which we've mentioned is very powerful. All of that utility immediately being deployed, damage onto a bunch of players. 2 kills out early. One player is planning safe. And that swing from Mai catching Vert off guard with the Odin. Spike will go down, but Morgan does kill the planner. Mai trading it back. 2v2. Lizzie's gonna flash himself out. Morian does actually go through garage and get irregular. Down to Glizzy Gobbler 1v2. But Mai closing out with a third. 8-4.
Yeah, it is kind of
Switching
what we
sides.
expected as we run into the game, right? Vancouver College, they do have a very strong CT side, and for Killarney to take 4, that's credit to them for being able to do that, but more credit has to go to Vancouver College. They're able to hold their ground, get 8 rounds on the board, and that's going to be a big help going into the second half, right? They just need a couple more rounds. If they can string together a few more, then that could be what they need to take the first map. But we will have to see. Again, we've talked about the Vert utility. It's been absolutely wonderful, and the individual talent as well from all of the players. Get those picks when they need to. But it's going to be a default setup for them here. Let's see if Cypher can hold up to that utility, the Sentinel. The same level of utility as Vert last round. He's spotting one player in garage, but oh! It's running through those doors, that shot, catching the head of Mio. And it is an early advantage for them. If they can secure this pistol round, it is potentially a gateway for them to move into 10 rounds, double digits. But Killarney's still looking to fight for this round. See, they're still playing a default setup. 1 player on A, 1 player on B, 1 garage and 1 on C. We can get a pick here, that would be crucial, but Winga smartly falls back onto the C site and holding it now as they push through. Winga able to get the first on the Glizzy. Headshot as well. Regular trading one back, so it is still a man advantage for the side of Vancouver College. As they look to advance towards the A site, this might be the right call. Only 1 player here, not even anymore. He's rotated off. He will hear this for certainly as he calls all the rotates over. Now they're on the B side.
30 seconds left.
On the A side, but the tripwire got out by a teammate. Regularly able to even get 1 headshot. Morian going down. One player haven't jumped down at this point. Does anyone know? Yes, Vert getting the trade. Mai able to trade one back. Still a man advantage until it's equalized by Mai. Now 1 player under. Did he check it? Oh, he does, but Morian getting the better of him. The spray, catching the headshot. And going to be a 9th. First pistol of the attacker half, and Vancouver College taking it by force.
Yeah, once again, that was a very clean shot at the beginning there through those doors. And that really opened up the round for Vancouver College to be able to take that. There wasn't anyone available on the side of Killarney to trade there. So yeah, early advantage, you know, brings their chances to win up even higher for that round. Going to this round, looks like Killarney is going to have to stay on the pistols. Have a bunch of SMGs coming out from the side of Vancouver College. Early B-take doesn't check the corner, Mai getting irregular, but Sakura will trade it back, and Spike will go down at this point. It's a 4v2. Sakura taken out by Walden.
Enemy remaining.
Lizzie trading it back though, and a 1v3 for Morian. Currently hiding out mid.
Oh,
Almost catching Vert on the cross. Does get full blinded. Somehow gets a shot onto Vert while completely blinded. But Morian does trade it back at the end, 10-4.
yeah, and we said going into that pistol, if they took it, they would be they would be into double digits, and look where we are now. A convincing start for Vancouver College. They will have to keep it up as Killarney invests into rifles. But yeah, the team play is just so good, isn't it? You know, that flash, even the Killjoy utility going onto the bomb, she's jumping across. A couple of missed shots, kind of just not quite hard to hit shots though on the classic. But that communication that player is there.
Embarrassing.
The op actually only good for one as Glizzy trades it back. But Morian able to get that trade, and it's back to a man advantage situation. That's a unique camera position actually. They are gonna look to maybe rotate away from the site. Killarney is aware of this possibility, so they aren't moving quite yet. They're standing their ground. Yeah, look at this camera. I haven't seen that before. That's quite unique and quite interesting. Scourging looking for a peek from anywhere, from anyone. The Cypher is holding fast with his camera. Maybe if they get a flash through to the A site, she can kind of push, but she's gonna look to group up and join her team. Crossfire here. Nope, Phoenix left. Just mine. And Vert getting the better, so they have the B site now. Looking to see what Killarney can do to get back into the site, holding for a repeat.
30 seconds
There's a
left.
possibility. Phoenix already here. Not quite onto the Killjoy. Morian taking another one down. That is going to bring it down
player
to
remaining.
a 1v3 now for Morian.
10 seconds left.
Looks like he might just want to save here. That's a smart call. That was a bonus round for Vancouver College for them to get away with a better weapon. That's good stuff.
My ultimate isn't ready.
Yeah, at the end there, that site defense was pretty good. Being able to get that, you know, it almost looked like VC had the edge there, getting that early trade onto the Opera out A long. But in the end, Morian, great site defense on A, with, as you mentioned, that unique camera placement.
Yeah.
Yes, this should do.
Actually, very good camera, being able to keep track of almost the entire site. But probably won't be noticed that often. Looks like
Get out of my
VC's
way.
on a bit of a save. Knives are coming out from Irregular.
Ooh.
Does get the pick onto Wenga, but Mai's pushing up from mid. Will they expect this? Mai's rapping right now.
Yeah, this timing the Phoenix. They're looking and we'll able to get one.
Able to
Second.
get a second. Oh. But traded by Glizzy Gobbler. Mai probably did not expect him there. This one is a 3v3. Wonen also pushing up. Look, Glizzy getting a shot onto Wonen. Pulling the man advantage into Vancouver College's favor. At this point, they're just gonna haul over to C.
Go!
Gonna alt site just to make sure it's clear for the planner. But yeah, both players still on the rotate. All going to run out. Gonna have at least one player holding in garage, maybe. Morian is pushing at this
One
point.
player remaining.
Sprang isn't able to get anyone. Secure a nice shot onto Morian.
Oh.
Nice shot from Mio onto Vert with the op. But as you know, retakes with ops are very difficult. Both players just sitting on the default plan at this point. Oh, Glizzy, nice shot. Third in the round onto Mio. I have to say, the savior of this round has to be Glizzy.
Yeah, we talked about this player having a lot of impact on the game. Looking at this 23-3, 23-10-3. He could have turned around there. I think he caught his timing on Mai before he had, gotten in behind enemy lines, a wolf amongst the sheep. But looking towards C, and for kind of not the best timing there, but he is able to trade it out and then. So good stuff from him. Able to pull a couple rounds back, and that team play. Look at that. They flashed out of garage to get out.
Get out of my way.
And to avoid that crosshair, and now straight up. Wonen able to get the first pick. A flurry of players, and they just both go down. Wonen and Mai, 4v3 now. Sorry, as the players look to rotate towards the defender spawn in this smoke, but not looking to push it. Wise call. Electing to heal instead, right outside the smoke. Does spam through. There is potential for a player there, but with the molly down, I'm pretty sure he realizes that there is not a player up close.
You should run.
That's They get a killjoy turret to buy more time.
Turret's
Looking to try to get
destroyed.
match point here. Security even securing himself. One more. Wing up. Boy, yeah, he's not getting out alive, is he?
Player standing.
Oh, actually does get the better of him. What a headshot.
One player remaining.
Oh,
that might be better. But unfortunately, the time their best friend. The Killjoy ult buying just enough time as. Oh. Just the sheriff to lose there, but
Match
running
point.
into the spike. And it just shows the. I wouldn't say desperation yet for Killarney, but maybe the realization they might lose their first map of this series.
yeah. You know, VC is one round away from pulling off the upset we've been talking about throughout this entire season. Can they cross the finish line?
Yeah, that's the difficult part, isn't it? Just actually crossing that line and finishing the race.
Do have better money though. Looks like Vancouver College are gonna push up quite heavily towards the B site. Oh, wait.
Oh,
Was that a no-scope? It almost looked like he was just spamming with the scout,
think so.
getting those picks. 3v5, Killarney might live to tell another, or live another day, sorry.
Player remaining.
My third pick! And they do get out of here with better guns and a flawless round.
yeah, we said crossing the finish line would be the hardest part, and sure enough, it is. Killarney not looking to give away their flawless streak so far in the tournament. Vancouver College looking to pull off that upset, but they will have to get one more round. One round stands in their way of their first map in this best-of-3 series. Not all hope is lost, however, for Killarney.
Look at the eco though,
Yeah,
on Morigin.
yeah, not too good. If they lose this round, they might have to fall back into a save, so this round's going to be crucial. Nice crosshair placement on Bird, actually.
Oh,
But that might be better. Look at that headshot. Prepared. Looks so clean right now, won't it? Getting the headshot and falling back onto the C site. They have a man advantage. Don't want to give away this round too easily. It is, like we said, they've lost their money. Wing up. Just playing on the edge of the smoke right now. Seeing if any players push through this garage doors. I was just ulting for information, I believe. Not gonna spot out anyone. But they are gonna hold fast in the defense. They have no reason to move, nothing to tell them they're going to a certain site. Another smoke to go down to help Wenga hold garage. Yeah, the teamwork from both these teams have just been off the charts.
Here.
The utility usage, the calls. I mean, it's just been absolutely like nothing
30
we've
seconds
ever
left.
seen so far. Irregular able to get the trade onto one and Winga sneaking in a kill in the meantime. 2v4 now. Spike down, but easily recoverable.
20 seconds though.
Yeah, not electing to take that risk just yet. And the time, Killarney, the time is switched. It's switched sides. Now Killarney
10
looking to
seconds
make it their
left.
best friend.
One player
Am I able to get a
remaining.
pick hand? This round looks like it's going to be over. Maybe they can save the Odin, but
Oh,
oh, what a shot by Winga! What a shot! That was absolutely extraordinary.
yeah, just
Oh.
flicking through the
Yeah,
box.
looking through. Yeah, that was amazing. Well, okay. Well, we are both in shock here. That was a extraordinary shot. Even dodging the spray of the Odin, not taking a tick of damage. As yeah, they are going to be forced back onto the eco here. As Killarney closing the gap, Morian pulling out an Odin of his own.
Cover
And
going
hold
down.
fast into the positions that they have been so far. A couple stingers out. Maybe towards a fast play on the A site. Two players rotating over already. Jet and Omen. Not quite holding the B site. Morian able to get the first pick with his Odin. Second as well. Third. And an
I
Oh,
forget.
unbelievable sights here during this game. Absolutely 2 rounds in a row. We've been treated to some extraordinary Valorant, and Morian delivering the final blow with an ace with the Odin. I'm just in shock. This has been one hell of a game.
Yeah, these teams are both showing us,
Yeah, what they're made of.
This should do.
yeah, just some amazing Valorant.
Yeah, this is just off the charts. If the rest of the tournament or the rest of the players go this way, I will be one happy man. Is pulling out the money Odin again.
VC does look like they're gonna go towards the C site this time, though. Do have guns, so let's see how the defense goes. 2 players on C, though.
Yeah, Jet fast rotate.
Is he gonna ult out? Just get blocked by the turret.
Shadows.
So far, players aren't able to get into the C site, and they have 4 players on the defender side. On C are very fast rotate to C. But VC is just gonna pull out, go towards B, it looks like.
Oh!
Nice shot from Vert onto Mio. That just gives them the B site now. However, there are 2 players
Get out of
from
my way.
A connector, so...
Wing
And they do have a flank, actually, from mid. Wonin getting a nice shot onto Glizzy. Morian currently coming in. He gets a little bit of damage onto Jet, but doesn't get the kill. 2v4 retake. It is match point, so they're gonna have to
Player
do their
standing.
best. Secure a nice shot onto Morian. Wonin with a third. 1v2.
You would have to ace to climb.
And Vert with that Odin
Attackers
getting that
win.
final shot.
Oh. It is a best
13
of
to
3.
8.
It is a best of 3. There is more to come of this quality Valorant, but if this first map gives us any inkling of how the rest of these games will go, we will have an exciting series for you. The first game going down, 13 to 8 in favor of Vancouver College. The first map that is Killarney has lost this entire tournament, going down to Vancouver College, who look absolutely clean and crisp. But Killarney just pulling it back in the end. Look at those amazing plays, 2 in a row. And that ace from Morian, we're going to be seeing that for a while. That is going to be extraordinary. Someone has to clip that. Yeah, and we're going to take a little bit of a break here. We're going to see what the players choose to do. We're going to give them a little bit of a break, and then we're going to choose the next map and bring you map number 2 of the semifinal here.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our coverage of the MVSSEA Fall 2020 Valorant League. We are now on to map 2 of the series, which will be held on Bind. VC stole the map away from Killarney in the first map, and they are up 1 map if VC want to stay in this. If they want to get a chance to win this semi-final, they do have to win this map. We're going to have, I believe, VC on the defender's side and Killarney on the attacker side.
Yeah, and you said they stole the map away from Killarney, which would be accurate. Killarney, again, not losing a map in the entire tournament, but I wouldn't say it was necessarily stolen. I would say, I would say Vancouver College was largely in control on that map. I think it's because they probably practiced a little bit, maybe had some set strategies that they ran. And also, we talked about this in the last match. There were some absolutely crazy, through the roof individual skill, and also the utility usage and the
Choose
team
your
communication
agent.
was just absolutely extraordinary for both of those teams. If you remember that last round, if you were with us, I hope you had a nice little break. Our players are ready, we are ready, and we hope you are ready too to see map number 2 of the semi-final of the MVSSEA Fall 2020 Valorant League.
Yeah, getting underway with the pistol rounds now, as the game loads in. Alright, looks like straight out of the gate, Killarney's going to put most of their pressure. Looks like they're going to have a nice split, or maybe a default. Always effective to, you know, try to bait out some peeks, try to get some information early on in the round.
Turn out.
We don't fully know what these teams are going to do until they do it, so let's see how this plays out.
Yeah, but look at this utility again from Vert. I mean, this Killjoy utility has just been so effective in keeping out these players and able to... They're just able to rotate players to the outside, right? They're so confident this site will be well held, and they just can play according to that. So, nice anchor, I would say, from Vert almost. But it's also crucial that she doesn't die. As Reyna looking to change that as he pushes up B long. She's gonna check this close corner. Yes, she is. Mai getting the better of Vert. That's one crucial player going down. Still utility here though, but maybe not quite as effective. Oh, drive-by shooting there by Morgan as he takes down a regular. Flying start here from Killarney, quite literally. As Vancouver College already thrown into the retake. 3 players all coming from CT Grizzly. He's been a star player so far, but able to already get a bit of damage through the smoke here. As Mio falls back into the safety of short. And when I try to get a pick with his friends, he cannot. Morgan, Wing able to get the trade kill though. Delayed take, but still. And one in
player remaining.
Will they be ready for this? They do see it, but Wing just a crisp headshot. And yeah, Killarney take the first round. Probably not as clean as they would have hoped, but they take it regardless.
Yeah, and as you just mentioned, at the end of the day, doesn't matter how, well, it might matter sometimes how clean the round is, but when you're this early into a game, it doesn't really matter how clean it is. The only thing that matters is winning that round. And as we see on the scoreboard, they're immediately going to go into a buy, have a Bulldog, some SMGs. Will Wenga trade up to an SMG? Maybe not. We do have a Bucky on the defender side though. Be interesting to see how that plays out. Wenga once again going into showers early for that ult orb. Mai catching glimpse of a few players. Lit down to 72 early on. A nice pick from Mio onto Sekirajima. Spraying desperately at Glizzy Gobbler and gets through the box.
Spike planted.
Second kill for Killarney this round. With a third from Neo. Vert stuck here. Doesn't get the right click onto Mai. Irregular also getting a nice pick. But Wenga trading it onto Vert. Irregular now stuck out of the site. Might choose to push this. Or might save. Irregular is running out of time if Irregular wants to go for this. Gotta move now. And unfortunately turns around at the exact wrong moment. And Wanga, nice peek catching Irregular in the back.
Yeah, not too much loss there either way. If she had chosen to save there, they would have gotten away with that Bulldog, but probably not what they want to have going into this next round. The economy going to be a little bit shaky, but still able to pull a buy through. As Killarney looks to stack up a little bit of money. It is a bonus round, so I wouldn't be too surprised if they are taken down here. If they are able to get this round through, they will have a lot of money to work with for a good part of the first half of the half. The first quarter. Blind goes through. Not quite gonna catch anyone. Just staying safely here at the back of the site. Not taking too much damage. A little bit of chip damage from that nade, but Mai checking all our corners carefully. Is he able to take down Winga? That big start first, and a bit of damage onto the Omen. So good start so far. Sturgima hiding in this close corner. Not quite having the time to swing out. Oh, what a headshot by Mai. So Bert trading one back. And even able to get a second. So that's still the man advantage. 5 health though. It is pretty even here. As the attacker swarm they
Kill my
site.
bot. Swarm grenade out.
They're gonna rotate on now. Both players here full health.
Alarm bot
Phoenix
out.
a little bit low, and Bert absolutely only 5 health. Let's see what kind of an impact
Spike
she can make.
planted.
Origin catching the location on one player. They know there's at least one here. Morian able to catch out Bert. That's an easy pick, only 5 health. Origin working in. Phoenix doing the same. Morian able to get a reload off. Still hiding in this corner. Able to peek if the bomb is tapped. And one
Player
bit of
remaining.
utility. 2 headshots, but not the kill. Morian able to trade it back with a headshot of her own. As both players low. Phoenix with no choice but to save here. Can he get away with his gun is the question. Looks like he will be able to, so that's going to be a 3rd on the board for Killarney. Valiant effort from Vancouver College, but not able to close it out. Hopefully they don't push him for this weapon. Not going to look like enough time. And yeah, he's able to get away with the gun, so that's a plus for them. But still down 0-3 at the beginning of the first half.
Yeah, once again, the economy is going to be a little bit shaky for the side of VC. We do have some SMGs, an LMG, a few pistols, and only 1 rifle that was saved on the last round.
Gotta plug those holes, guys.
On the other hand, Killarney have a full buy. Like it's gonna be early aggression towards the B site. 2 players early peek into Hookgun. May find Vert, but Killjoy Molly's keeping them out of there for now. Gonna fall back and head all the way to A, regroup with the team, and it looks like it will be an A take. 3 defenders are on the B side. We do have 1 rotating over, so it's down to 2 players to hold the entire push of Killarney. Glizzy hidden in this corner. Is caught by the drone though. Shot is starting to come in. Nice shot on the wall to Morian, but he is taking damage and can't escape the Killjoy Molly and the players. Vert does get 1, but traded back by Wonin 2v3.
One enemy
And
remaining.
Wonin just pre-firing that angle. Taking out Sakurajima and that pistol at the end. Unable to connect Mio with the final kill of the round, 4-0.
If Vert had sprayed a little bit longer there, would have caught a lot more players, right? That was just unfortunate timing that the Omen had to peek out right at that time. And I think that was like the fact that she was able to get 1 pick through the smoke was actually quite good. Like the fact that they had a somewhat minimal buy against the full buy of Killarney, the fact that they were able to take away a couple guns, I would say it was pretty good. Not too huge of an impact considering the economy built up here. Dizzy Gobbler just falling back as he sees the turret going down. He's gonna blind Mio, but smartly falling back with the Vandal. Doesn't want to give that away. 2 players here at short, 2 from 5 in total actually. 2 from Vancouver College and from Killarney as well. cluster of players. We'll see if they can hold him out. Let's check this corner. Oh, nice blind coming in from regular. Nice team play, like we said in the first game. But Omen practically no health at all. Look at his health. Worthy as well, gonna be sprayed down. Morgan going down. Oh, nice headshot. Worthy. They might be taken down by this nade for free here. Yes, he does. Morian, the delayed take of the trade with that nade. Now only 2 players left for the side of Vancouver College. They do have minimal weapons. We'll see what they can do with this one. This flash might be pretty huge. Security Jimmy, yeah, does get to swing with the flash. And that ult not quite doing all the damage, but down to 6 health is Vert. And they can just dig in and play these defensive positions. We'll see if they try to go for this. Oh, able actually to just see the head of Mai peeking over. Doesn't know the location. Oh, and gets the last one as well. Security has time to defuse as well and is going to close out the round. The first for Vancouver College.
That retake wasn't perfect, but at the end, that was a retake, and Vancouver College were on a worse buy with a bunch of pistols. I believe they had some SMGs.
Yeah.
Overall, very good round for them to be able to take.
Yeah, but look at the money now. Look at how much they're able to invest into this round. Just because that last round was a minimal investment.
Yeah, Killarney, who still have the bank account to back them up. Vert only on the light shields, but does have the Odin, which we've seen time and time again is the very powerful weapon. This time Killarney looks like they're going to do a usual B split, very textbook B split. 2 pushing into Hooper right now.
Shadows traveling.
Smoking off a few angles. Secured currently in the 2. Oh no, got spotted by the drone. Mai and Wanga both kills. Origin does trade it back, however, onto a blinded Bonin. And Ver with the Odin getting 2.
One enemy remaining.
With a 3rd onto Mai, trading that back.
Joke's over! You're dead!
Down to the last player.
One enemy remaining.
Oh,
Ooh.
Mio barely getting that shot onto Vert at the end. Spike not going to go down, however. Mio going to be pushing up into a very close angle. Glizzy, however, not peeking yet. And Mio looking in the wrong direction, and Glizzy Gobbler holding that angle, not peeking. Very smart decision, getting a 2nd on the board for his team.
Got hit.
Yeah, look at that. Look at the trigger discipline. Look at the patience, right? He's waiting till he's not pushing out. He's not overreacting. He knew that was a fake plant because the time had already expired for that spike to go down. There wasn't another tap on the bomb, so there was no reason for him to peek. So he just holds that angle smartly and able to win the duel in the end. So great, great individual play, a very smart play as well. Maybe gonna look for a bit of an A take right now is Killarney. As they send the drone in first.
Get out of my way!
One player does get tagged, Winga. Actually, that was Wonan who got caught in Winga's ult. And Morian only able to get 1, but damage done onto Morian. He is down to less than half health. They are aware that there is Irregular here lurking somewhere in the smoke, but they're not sure exactly where. They are going to go through the teleporter. Fast to be. There is a Killjoy utility here, but that's all that's here. Nothing else. And we're going to be activating it sometime soon here. This could catch out Morian, who is low. Not quite getting it yet.
Spike
As
planted.
Warren taking down Vert. Now it is a 2v4, but
One enemy
we do have a
remaining.
ton of money. Sakurajima able to get 1 before he's traded by May. A nice bit of crosshair placement to get that pick actually. As Irregular looking to save the op here, keep that economy going. As we're looking at probably a 5th for the side of Killarney. Just a matter of if he gets away with the op. And right now, it looks like he will.
Good round for Killarney there, being able to get that back after the last round. Once again, looks like VC aren't going to have the best buy, but they do have the op on Irregular, which could be influential, and they do have a bunch of SMGs. Looks like even an Odin will be forced out. Irregular going for that early peek, finding no one though. And most of the aggression from the side of Killarney is over towards the A site. And once again, Wang being able to just go into showers and get that ult orb. I haven't seen many times where that's been contested.
Shot done. Deploying drone.
Wang gonna drone out, trying to find players, get that info for his team. Does tag an enemy. Glizzy's location has been revealed. Being sprayed through the smoke, one bullet connecting, and nades as well. We'll try to heal through that wall. Nice shot onto Vert, Mori trading it back.
Planted.
This is a post plant 4v4. Origin 6 health, very low. Not connecting, Wonin re-peeking, getting that kill onto Origin. Irregular holding with the op, waiting for anyone to be peeking this. Looked like that connected, but somehow didn't. Again, shot not quite connecting, secured through the wall though with that Odin.
One enemy remaining.
Does get caught out by Morian, and Irregular will be saving this op over at the B site. Another round for Killarney.
Yeah,
And it looks like all three players are going to be chasing Irregular down.
doesn't want to give them the op another time. Has happened before. Irregular taking the first. He's going to be smartly falling back, and looks like they're not going to contest after losing that first player. So, yeah, 6 for Killarney. I would say that for them to be saving that op is actually pretty big advantage. For them to also take down, 3 players, even though one is after the plant has gone down. For them to be able to do that with a light buy, I think that's pretty good. I think that should play into the morale. I think that should play into the confidence. And once they have a rifle round going, I think they could pull a couple rounds back before the end of the half. But for now, Irregular, only with a shorty, a little bit under-equipped, but these close angles could be everything Jet as well. And yeah, not aware of this possibility that this could be a player close. They'll look to be checking for it, but it's just gonna retreat back. They're spraying a couple warning shots into the wall. So it could have connected if Irregular wasn't careful, but he is tucked back into the corner. And we're getting the first pick onto Morigin. And Neo falling out for the second. And they have Heaven, they have Sight.
One
And now
player
they're
remaining.
getting that plant down.
Spike planted.
The same op looking to be saved again for the side.
Yeah, if they can save this op until the entire team has rifles, that would help them immensely. And once again, side of Killarney is looking to take that op away. 2 players trying to find where this saved op is. One pick onto Wenga. Well, one and peek. Secure hears the footsteps, but they're coming at him from both sides. Unfortunately, missing the no-scope. Wonin getting the shot onto Sakura, and that op is taken away.
Finally. Yeah, it's been a while since that op was taken down, but they are able to finally get it back, reel it in. They do lose 1 player, but that is all.
VC seem to not want to save at all. And they've been forcing for like the past 3 rounds or 2 rounds consecutively.
Yeah.
They should really consider saving a round, because that would really help them in the longer term. If you can force a round and win it, that's usually good, but forcing multiple times, and that's just not good for your economy.
I think so, but I also think that's what kind of gives them the edge on back on Haven, right? Those like hyper aggressive angles and peaks, but not working out here as Monin gets a third.
Entire B side getting swarmed, and it is Killarney's for the taking. Spike going down.
Spike planted.
Only 2 players left on the defenders. Looks like they're gonna TP. There's a player right outside of the TP though. Morigin catching him though.
Still in sight.
Are they gonna go for this 2v4? Doesn't look like they will. Mai going behind Mori, catching Mai from the side. Spike has stick down through the smoke. Wow. What an amazing shot into secure, and Morigin will be forced to just save. We can see a bit of the not looking too good for them right now.
Yeah, a little bit of the frustration showing there.
Yeah, 3 players closing in on his location. Barely surviving with that Phantom though.
And I think that's been the motivating factor for them to keep forcing here, right? We've been talking about how their forces, you know, they're not looking too effective on this map. Maybe they should look to, you know, change up their buy strategy a little bit, their economy. But I think the key is that they've been continuously being able to save the weapon, right? They have to buy to support that weapon. If they just lose that weapon straight out and they have a full eco, that's kind of, you know, leaving that player out to dry. So I think the teamwork aspect has kind of been...
Sorry, bro.
Oh! Nice shot. They push up, might catch a second here, even able to upgrade a weapon. Very low is Mio retreating back to B site, but they do have it and they
Spike
are going to be
planted.
able to get a plant down. Let's see if all of them choose a TP. As Mai is here, knows of the possibility of a multi-kill, so does activate her ult, but not able to get more than one. Busy Gobbler trading it back. Origin already into the site. Lockdown is destroyed. You know that the both players are at long and in garden in some capacity.
One player remaining.
Trades one.
One enemy
Keep in
remaining.
mind that was the ult, so is it now even 1v1? Now knows exactly where he is. Health heavily favors him, and Glizzy able to close it out for 4th in the round. We talked about the effectiveness of these forces, but
Does he have
in
time?
this round, yeah, I think he has
barely
time.
has
I think
time.
he got it. Yeah, he does get it. 1 second left. Yeah, Glizzy. He started off the round with a Sheriff,
Last
ended it with a
round before
4K
the
and a
half.
Phantom. So the game there.
Yeah, those were some amazing shots from the side of, or from Glizzy.
Yeah.
And, you know, winning the round for his team at the very end. Good round for them.
Even able to buy a player here, but yeah, we've been talking about those forces, and there's an example when they work out.
Let's fly.
That is true.
It's unfortunate that it hasn't worked out more in this half, but
Yeah.
there's an example of what it can do.
Early peek going in from Monin. Is smoked off though. Once again, Spike going towards that B site, but we have a lot of Killjoy utility set up there. And that could shut down this plan. Wenger gonna go in with that Hunter's Fury. Gets onto Vert. That Killjoy utility is now taken out of the round. Lizzie does trade it back onto Mai though, peeking. Irregular hidden in this smoke. Secure a nice shot through the wall and a headshot onto Mio. An irregular onto Mori and Wonan trying to get onto Glizzy. And it's a 3v2 for Vancouver College.
Yeah, nice
Wonan
call there.
currently in hookah.
One player remaining.
Peeking, and Irregular and Morigin both finding the last 2 players. And it's 4-8.
Switching sides.
Absolutely shaping up to be just as exciting as on Haven. As we see. Even looking at those push-up animation, the spray. But yeah, the 4 to 8, maybe not the exact result Vancouver College is hoping for on the defender side. But you know, nothing to be ashamed of at all. They could absolutely pull this back, maybe win the pistol, and that would lead them to 6th round, and that would be really, it would be much closer at that point to close the gap. So I don't think they should be considering yet, like, okay, how do we prepare for the 3rd map? I think this map is still winnable for them. And for Killarney, it's a matter of not getting too confident and arrogant, and see if they can hold on here for the win.
If VC win this pistol round, they have a good chance of getting it to 8-6, which is very much winnable. Nice shot from Morian onto Morigin. Swinging, he gets a second. Does eventually get traded by Wenger at the same time, getting it onto Glizzy Gobbler. 2-3.
One
Secure,
player
peeking
remaining.
out. Last player doesn't expect Mio here in the corner, and he gets the kill. 4-9 for Killarney.
It might very well be double digits here for them as well. The pistol round, pretty much, you know, and Vancouver College is a team that's prone to forcing, right? So we'll see what their economic decision here is. It looks like it's just going to be maybe one shield and nothing else. Just the classics going up against these upgraded pistols and the SMGs. So we'll see what kind of damage they can do to the economy. But other than that, yeah, the win percent is certainly in the favor of Killarney, as even Wonan gets a first pick. Pushing up now with a Spectre.
One
Get
enemy
a third.
remaining.
May closing it out with a fourth. And now suddenly only Jet left. Able to get one. Actually, that is pretty impactful, but yeah, Mai was traded back out. 3k for Wonan and a 2k for Mai, and they're able to close it out. So double digits for Killarney, but just a Nico for the side of Vancouver College.
Yeah, looks like we will see the rifles coming out on the side of Vancouver College. On the other hand, Killarney look like they will stick with the SMGs from the last round. There is an AWP and one Vandal. Other than that, it is just the good old Spectres to try to hold off this push. Looks like it's going to be A this time.
Turret destroyed.
There is one player hiding there in the backside. Will throw out a nade. Then does get a kill onto Glizzy Gobbler. Pushing onto site at this point. Looks like they do have pretty good control to A site. While all four players on the side of Killarney, I believe, yeah, are pushing into heaven at this point. And the site. Reyna teleporting towards B. And Spike is dropped down.
One
A.
player remaining.
Won a nice pick onto Morijin. And at this point, Sakurajima is going to be trying to wrap around A. Drone does find where this last player is.
Shock dart.
And they're all just going to be watching it now.
Shock dart.
Trying to use that shock dart to get some damage, but
Feeling
Mai
area.
just running through that wall and getting Sakurajima. Closing it out 11-4.
And that AWP really made to sing here by Killarney, but I would have assumed that those stingers, I mean those Spectres, that really influences the playstyle, doesn't it? Like the fact that they can just kind of push up and not be too afraid to lose like a valuable weapon. I think that really plays into the mindset of Killarney. I think that was what prompted them to have kind of a more so hyper aggressive pick there, and I think that ultimately won them around. There's gonna be an arrow down B. It looks like off the map on the mini map, but it's actually gonna be scanning all of B long. Tells them that no one's there. But Omen now pushing up here. Vert as well going to join our teammates. I'm just not good. But Mai able to get a pick onto Morijin. We're trying to trade it back with the one tap with the Sheriff, but unable to get there. Mai.
Have the spike.
Morian with a nade and
One
wing
enemy remaining.
nice, and Vert caught unaware. Mai with the flank. Match
back.
point for Killarney as they look to secure their second map and
Match
take
point.
it to a third.
Yeah, one round away from taking us to that third map. Still don't know what it is yet. I really hope that it is Ascent. We haven't seen that
Yeah.
from many teams at all, actually. We've only seen Burn pick it. So if we do get to see that map, it'll be pretty interesting to see what kind of playstyle both teams will elect to do. Once again, VC going with that force, but at this point, they don't really have a choice, do they?
Placing swamp grenade. Get out of my way.
Two players surprisingly not buying. That could be a scoreboard glitch. But if it's not, I see. They are going to... I actually don't know why they would do that, but okay.
One player remaining.
I see they're doing, or they are doing the budget FF.
Not looking to quite FF. Killarney following their footsteps with the team damage, but one and closing it out finally. Someone to take it under control. 13-4 in favor of Killarney. They take it to a third map. They close out the second. And yeah, like you said, I really do hope we see Ascent. I think the map bans are going to be I think the defeats here for both teams are going to be influential towards the map bans. I feel like we will see a map that we haven't seen so far. So we haven't seen Split and we haven't seen Ascent. I really do hope that we see some Ascent. We haven't seen either of these teams play, so we don't know, what they have in store and what they have planned exactly. So it'll be interesting to see that. A little bit of interesting, quite an interesting take at the very end. Vancouver College not looking to give away those extra stats, should I say? Not looking to give away that KDA, so just I guess finishing off things themselves. But yeah, they're Killarney just taking it under their control in the driver's seat completely, and 13-4 in favor to them.
Yeah, look at the scoreboard. My absolutely dominant force for their team. Over 300 average combat score.
Yeah, and I find it interesting the agent selection going to this map, right? I think that they had a little bit of a talk, and we see that Mai is still in arena, but there are a couple of changes, right? There are a couple of agent changes, kind of Sova. We see that Mio is actually onto the Killjoy. I think that's quite interesting. I think that the absolutely huge impact that Vert had on Haven was so detrimental to the side of Killarney, and they chose to have their own. And you can see that the impact of Mio in this match, just those last few rounds, they're just able to close it out because of the utility, because of the information. And yeah, Killjoy, absolutely great impact here for both teams.
Yeah, Killjoy is still very overpowered even after all of Riot's patches. That utility has always just been extremely OP. You can essentially shut down a site with it. So and like remote deployable Molotov basically. Interesting concept Riot was going for there. And we do see both teams using this specific agent very effectively, along with obviously those controllers, sectioning out sites, and also their main, attacking players. Like we've seen Glizzy Gobbler, we've seen Irregular, we've seen Sakura, we've seen all of these players pushing in very aggressively and getting those picks. And so far, utility usage across this entire match has been excellent.
Yeah, teamwork as well, right? We've seen the flashes for the teammates, we see the smokes, and just the calls, right? I remember that one round on the B site where Raze went darting into elbow, and the call went in, and even though Irregular was sitting in the smoke, he had no way of knowing the Raze was coming, but the call was made and she was ready and waiting. So I think the utility usage and the teamwork has been good for both sides, as well as the individual skill. I think it's a matter of momentum. I think both of these teams are very momentum based. For example, in the first map we saw there was kind of more dominant defender side from Vancouver College, and they were just able to take that momentum and run with it correctly. I don't think it's a matter of the losing team losing momentum. I think it's more Yeah, sorry about the technical difficulties there, everyone. I was just saying how both of these teams, very momentum-based teams, I would say that they take the positive momentum and run with it correctly. And I think that the fact that they take that and run with it, I think it's quite difficult to beat them when they have that momentum behind them, when they're riding the wave per se. So yeah, just both maps we've seen, the dominant defender side has been translated over to a map win. So it will be interesting to see how these teams reset and move into the third map.
Yeah, but without anything else to add on my part, that was a very good map for Killarney being able to take that win, bring us 1-1 in terms of map wins in this best of 3. We're going to be taking this to map number 3. We'll be back very soon, and stick around for that exciting map that we're about to have.
And once again, welcome back for the third map of our first semifinal here today for the MVSSEA Fall 2020 Valorant League. Once again, Vancouver College versus Killarney. The first map, Haven, went convincingly in favor of Vancouver College. The second map, Bind, went also convincingly in favor of Killarney. So we'll see how this decider map plays out here. Vancouver College is going to be on the defensive side first. They're going to be on green on your screen, and Killarney going to be on the defensive side, attacker side rather. Sorry, they are going to be on red on your screen. We haven't seen a map go to overtime just yet in this league. Are you looking to have this one go into overtime, Michael?
Yeah, I would like to see an overtime. Those are always
Yeah.
very exciting when you look at
Mhm.
tournaments.
Yeah.
But interestingly, we haven't actually seen VC play a lot of split before. And I think they've played it once, but that was at the beginning of the regular season against Alpha, which they lost. So I want to see if they did improve their game on split, because if they paid attention to map bans in the past from Killarney, they would know that Killarney apparently hates Ascent along with the rest of the entire list of teams.
Yeah.
So I hope they did prepare for this.
I think Burn Creek and Alpha, I think there's going to be a Ascent map somewhere in there for our semifinal tonight. Speaking of which, you can tune in at 7 o'clock to see that, the semifinal number 2. But yeah, we are seeing split now. I hope Vancouver College has something prepared. I think that would make this game very, very tight and very interesting. And even if they don't, they have the individual skill and the agents, looks like, to back it up. Cypher and a Killjoy. Getting the first pick as well. Kirajima on the headshot. Able to get a heal off as well. Irregular. 70 health though. Falling back to mid. I'm not sure they know that there is one player already so far pushed up. Now he knows. Spraying. Barely damaged. Won't enable. Also down to 70. Neither of these teams with a healer. So they're going to have to play out the rest of the round with only 70 HP. Irregular holding mid now. As the team looks to maybe do a mid, maybe a B take. A nice flash. Like we said, great teamwork coming in through both teams. Great flash into heaven, but they now take control of that, and now Vancouver College has to be careful. CT, but looks like they have a player watching for that exact reason. 2 players now, 3 actually on the site. Winga taking down Morigen, and they're going to be heading towards the A site. Killjoy already here. She's on site and she has her utility. Not making quite a decision just yet, pushing into B heaven as well. Actually, all 4 players now redirecting their route over to B site. Mai taking down Irregular. It is a
30 seconds left.
3v4 from a 5v4. Oh, great headshot from Glizzy. As he takes one down. Mai able to get vert, but not the trade. 2v3 now. Glizzy is low, but Wonin only 70 HP, not 100. They try to work their way in. Maya on higher ground. Plus 5 to be deadly. Does take one down. There's the last one is also there. And Wonin, nice crosshair placement to take on Secure and Jima. So first round for Killarney. Attackers take the first round.
Yeah, it was a pretty good try at the defense from Vancouver College, but in the end, Killarney just making basically noise everywhere and drawing rotates to either sides of the map and splitting up those defenders, which really gave them that edge in taking that B site. And after the spike went down, they just had a perfect crossfire to defend that site.
Yeah, I think that's also an interesting feature of both these teams, right? Killarney like to play a lot more default. They're more confident in their players, like holding off alone. I think Vancouver College is a lot more, they like to rotate fast. They like to have all their players on one place at one time. So I think that, oh, this could be huge actually. I'll stop talking as they move into the A site.
Well, Vert gets one, and Regular also using that scout. Does he expect mini elbow? Doesn't. Mai gets the trade onto Vert. But Mori flanking gets Morian. It's a 2v4.
Spike as well.
Mai is on site though. Does get one, but secure swing wide, catching Mai. And it's down to the last player. Morian currently trapped out of A site. Going to push up ramp, trying to find a player anywhere. Only with a ghost as well.
Making noise now.
Yeah. And nice stinks from Morijin across the site onto Mio.
Yeah, Mio just got out by those dinks there. If you saw his point of view, you could see that he had not a huge chance to aim there as he got repeatedly pounded by those headshots. And yeah, good round from Vancouver College. Good for them to be able to get pull one back. 1-1 now, even. And the economy looks even as well. Favoring a little bit maybe the Vancouver College side, but both teams not looking the best in terms of economy. Maybe looking for a bit of a faster B take. All the players here, not too many players here on the B site. Only Squizzy. Able to take one actually, that's pretty good, but bringing it back with the stinger. Now Security GM able to get another pick in, but Regular as well. Another one as well. Mai unable to take one down. Regular with a third in the round. And they do somehow in that chaos get the bomb down, but Regular is there to close out the round. 3k and the defuse for him.
Yeah, did they just rush that spike down? Because that was such a flurry of movement
Activity.
and shooting that I actually don't know how they found enough time to get that spike down, but
Yeah,
in the
no,
end
I
they do.
I didn't even realize the spike went down. That's how chaotic it was. But yeah, somehow able to get the spike down. Good for their economy. Full buy
Look at
coming
that,
through.
full buy on their side. On the side of VC, still an SMG.
Yeah, but look at Regular as well. Look at how much cash he has.
That is true, he could buy his team.
Yeah. Gun on the ground as well.
Regular going for early mid peak possibly. Decides against that.
Yeah, smart call.
3 players on the Killarney side pushing up mid at this point. They made a bunch of noise. Boombot going to go and clear vents. None of the shots yet connecting. But there are 3 players camped up in B heaven. And it's a matter of time before one of these shots hits their mark. Morian also spraying through the smoke, trying to find anyone that might be rotating. And actually, some of the shots connecting onto Wenga, down to 23 health. Regular may actually push this. He does catch Wenga. Nice shot through that small gap.
Smart fall back.
Gonna flash into
triggered.
B heaven. Lizzie swinging gets the kill onto Morian. Down to the Reyna.
30 seconds left.
2 players are going. Nice shot onto Wonan as he teleports. And Regular with a third as well onto Mio. And Vert using that LMG to clean out the round on Mai.
Yeah, that is some great teamwork. Like we've talked about the teamwork all the series, all 3 of these maps. We talked about how good the utility is, how good the individual skill is, but most importantly, the communication, right? The utility wouldn't be as effective if the players weren't telling each other when to do what. They weren't communicating, and so that's I think that's what wins them most of the rounds. Actually,
Yeah.
there is
If you look
individual. Yeah, there is individual skill in there, but that's all on the back of some great utilities, some great team calls, and some great team plays. Oh, we're in position to go unchecked.
Oh.
Here.
Throwing a weapon back as well. Oh, nice headshot. The wing able to trade one back. Now it's still man disadvantage. This is a save, mind you. Already down to 2 players on the Vancouver College side. Looks like they might want to save here. Might not let them. Secure GML able to get 1 at the very least. 2nd as well. It's now very much in contention as Killjoy works her way back. They know they're in heaven, at least one of them. They're making noise.
Player remaining.
Woman takes one down. I'm not sure they're going to be prepared for this front play.
Player remaining.
Takes one down.
Thrifty.
Not quite the second. Wonan. And the save coming through for Killarney. It works out for them. Second on the board. Little to no investment, and they're able to make it work.
Yeah, I was gonna mention last one actually. When you look at these teams that we have here now, they're playing very much as a cohesive team and a cohesive unit working together, as you mentioned. When you look at, you know, a lot of the teams when they start at the beginning of the season, a lot of them are playing very, I would say, pug style.
Pug style, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But now that we've progressed this far into the playoffs, these teams really are working effectively together.
Cover going out.
Early smoke gonna go out. Two players are actually gonna be rushing out of heaven and trying to peek it, but they do fall back.
Wisely.
Reyna is pushing up mid quite fast. Mid control is basically Killarney's at this point. All the players gonna be swinging into heaven at this point. Morian, nice pick onto regular, secure trading hit back onto Mio, and still gets away somehow.
Fire in the hole!
Razor freaking out. Wizard Gobbler taken out by that ult. They do have the sight. Reyna's gonna be trying to avoid that nade. Spike will find time to go down. Or not. Apparently was cancelled at some point, but they will actually get it down this time. Vert coming up on heaven. Will Vert expect this player on the right side? Does not, and Wenga closing it out with 2 picks.
Yeah, I think the call was maybe. I think the call was good. I think what Vert was. You said that Vert wasn't quite ready. I'd say that she was. She was looking in the she was looking in the right direction. That call came through just in time, and that's a difficult call to make. It's very quick. You have to be on your feet, but we're just not quite getting the aim. Winga able to just get that headshot off, and we're back to even, 3-3, 3-all.
Get out of my way!
It's the economy of a little bit more broken perhaps that they would like. Again, Killarney with the aggressive mid control. They're going to be scanning a couple of corners, pushing up now into the B heaven. They have smartly given it up. I'm going to be checking the right angles as Regular able to get himself a gun as well. Glizzy Gobbler also takes a pick. And now that grinds everything to a halt for Killarney. They need to wait. Glizzy Gobbler able to get another actually. Morian trading one back. Now it's 4v2, but regardless, Vert, not quite the aim, but the spray, the Odin spray is difficult and eludes him. Now Raze down to low health. Morian 42 only. Let's try to work back into the site. Winga takes one down. It's now even, but he takes damage from that engagement. And now it's 2 health. One bullet through the spam will kill him as they run back towards the B site, or the A site rather. Sorry.
30 seconds
CT
left.
spawns. So they have to be careful. They have to check this,
Spike planted.
and they're not even gonna go that way. They're gonna go towards. They're gonna go towards mid, but also as well, you have Winga here.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, nice, nice 2 headshots, quick succession. 2 players both going down, and Killarney actually pulled into the lead, 4-3.
Yeah, I don't know if Vancouver College fully expected Wenga to already be there, especially after planting. Using that jet dash, getting there immediately and just catching them off guard. Once again, element of surprise is very effective. Killarney might split to mid or split B and throw Lurk over to A to draw some rotates. As we've mentioned previously, Vancouver College has very quick rotates, which help them a lot, but also could be detrimental. C is irregular, some damage being inflicted, but not a lot. Pushing to B heaven now. Wang drive by almost onto irregular. Nice hold from Glizzy Gobbler, trying to hold it, but Wonan will trade it back. 2v4 with the defenders rotating as fast as possible. Nice shot from Morijin onto Mai. Don't know if Mai was expecting that. Now they're both in heaven. And 2 players are hiding back site. They do have to be worried about the utility
One
though.
enemy
Except
remaining.
that spider finding them. Nice shots from Morian closing it out with 2 kills. 5-3.
Yeah, and Mio, can we just take a moment to appreciate how difficult that spy cam dart actually that shot was? He was falling, he was taking the rope and kind of basically free falling down to the B side and able actually to kick him with the spy cam dart right as he falls, right onto the face as well. So that was pretty extraordinary, actually. It looks like they're gonna kind of lean towards mid. And now it's where Killarney starts getting into those mind games. They are going to be looking to take a fast approach towards the B site. Changing their mind now, going mid. Might be the wrong cause. There are a lot of players from Vancouver College here and pushed up as well. They are going to be taking the B site for free. Players rushing, scrambling now to get back that site back under control. Secure Jima. Playing with fire here, but won't building.
Spike
They won't
planted.
want to challenge that.
Oh,
Bert, Stinger,
One
51 so
enemy
far.
remaining.
Maya coming behind. And it's just a Kirajima. Against 3. Looks away at the wrong time, but still may be able to catch it. Keep in mind the weapon disadvantage.
Oh.
Actually gets the dink. Wow, that was actually quite a good crosshair placement. All these players are low, including
thank gosh.
Kirajima. And yeah, falling, just not able to get the aim. Still falling through the air and not able to spray down Mai, who gets the pick. And it's going to be 6 for Killarney.
that was a pretty good try, considering the lack of weaponry and how low those players on Killarney were at the end, with 2 players having basically single-digit health there. Once again, we do see VC using up all of their money. They have a total of 200 credits in the bank for the entire team. On the other hand, Killarney do have a pretty good bank. Early pick from a regular does get a shot through the wall into Mio. 2 players may push up mids, or actually only 1. Killarney seem to be holding for a bit. Don't know what they're going to be trying to do so far. Glizzy holding in vents. Origin getting sprayed through the box. We'll just smoke and get out of there. But nice kill from Glizzy onto May. Or Mai. Wonen going to be pushing into the with the spike. Glizzy, nice shot onto Wonen, dropping that spike. Morian trading it back. It is 1v4. One of the players is very low. Gets a shot onto Vert as well. 1v3. Does have the B site for the most part. At the very least, getting that spike down and helping continue to build up that bank. Choosing not to plant though.
That buys time.
However, now it
Spike
will
planted.
go down. 3 players all closing in. Irregular getting that kill. And that's a 4th on the board for Vancouver College.
Yeah, good for him to take that shot there. He could have just maybe snuck in and tried to defuse there without more regen as well.
Cover going out.
Using that little bit of if he had dropped straight there, he would have died, but using his teammate as cover. They are able to scavenge whatever guns they need as they defuse the bomb with 15 seconds left. Yeah, as I was saying, Regular, if he hadn't taken that shot there, he probably could have concealed his location. But he knew that if he had hung secure out to die there, that would have been bad for their team. So he just took that shot, able to get the pick as well. So good team play again from both these teams. You've said it. Yeah, they've really progressed throughout this tournament, haven't they? They've just at the beginning they were playing more, individual skill-based fragging, and now they're kind of moving more into the strategy and the team play, which we love to see. Origin could be tested here. Careful. Oops. Timing, wing up. Only the Stinger on Origin, so able to retreat with 71 health. Get a good bit of damage off, actually. Wanting to hold this close angle now. The rotates all coming into the A side. They are all A main. One with an ult as well. Origin. Taken down, actually. Morian, sorry. Taken down by Origin. But Mai trading it back, so it's 3v4. Our Jet is extremely low. We're able to get one as well. He does take damage in return.
One enemy
Not
remaining.
quite able to. Oh, the collateral with
Enemy
Kira.
remaining.
May also Mai ending her, and now it's a 1v1. don't know if they know where each other are. Maybe there's been a call, but for the most part, I think Irregular is trying to stay put. If he continues to hold this angle, he might get a nice pick onto Mai, who might be looking towards defender spawn, but looks away actually.
30 seconds left.
Doesn't know yet that the spike is still there. They're playing around each other. They're playing ring around at this point. See if she comes back. Oh, nice headshot. Yeah, that was. She saw the barrel. She heard the footsteps. Yeah,
Last round
there's not
before
really
the
anything that Maya could have done there, right? She didn't have enough time to be, clearing all of those corners and walking the entire way. She had to kind of make some noise, and Irregular just there to punish and catch her for it. So again, the team play has been extraordinary all series, and let's see if they can close out this half even 6-6.
Yeah, going to this next round, Killarney do have a full buy. As we mentioned before, they're very good at keeping that bank account pretty high. We'll be going towards mid and B, or more of a default. Morrigan ulting for that info. Does find a few players there. So far, one attacker is pushing up a ramp and has control of it. Will the defenders expect this? However, the attackers are just pushing into B at this point. Morian, nice kill onto Sakurajima. Mai in heaven. Going to be holding for a second. Neil aware the player could be here and getting the last shot onto Glizzy Gobbler. And it is a 7-5 half.
Wow, yeah, flawless
Switching
round there
sides.
from Killarney. Just closing out all the players that they need to. Not taking anything. Morian dashing through there. Maybe he does push player back with his blast pack, but those things don't do damage anymore. And I think that change is actually pretty influential in the game. I think that the fact that blast pack doesn't do as much damage to your teammates makes it so that it's used more often by Raze to kind of make movement. So I think that Morian was able to use that to his advantage as he moved into CT spawn and took 2 players down with him.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
We move now into Vancouver College on the attacker side. Killarney defending. Just the pistol here. It's like they're gonna want to try a little bit of give a taste of their own medicine, perhaps. As they rush up mid. One already into vents. That's the A site essentially clear. Only coming back. We hear the drop into vents. You have to be quick about this. Wonen here holding where it goes. Not expecting to put all the players. And they are not prepared for him either, so he's gonna walk away with his life.
Nice
Bert
kill.
pushing through. Takes the pick.
Spike planted.
Nice kill to Frenzy. He's one heaven. Irregular, just no fear pushing through, and they know this is 2 heaven. They're just gonna be waiting for the push. 2 players are low. If Killarney chooses to go for this. I'm not sure if they know that.
Oh,
Actually taking 2 players down. This
player
is
remaining.
doable. Winga taking another player down. Killarney.
One player remaining.
Bert, only player left. And I think he's got it actually. Yeah, he has time, so they do actually pull off the retake. An 8th round. Out of nothing. Out of the 4v2, and they take the round somehow.
yeah, those peaks and that push for the retake was just perfect for the side of Killarney. Finding those players and being able to take out those players without the risk of being traded, especially when it's a 2v4, you can't be traded or else it's game over for your team. Going into the next round, looks like we will have some SMGs on the side of
Are they asleep?
BC and SMGs also on the side of Killarney. However, Wenga looks like will stay with the Frenzy. Was he getting a bit of damage?
Back out.
Was he trying to find this player that keeps shooting at him? So far, not much in terms of an actual push towards a site. Just aggression around the map, trying to catch a break somewhere that they could exploit.
Yeah, it could be.
Glizzy does get Morian even with the bot being deployed. And Glizzy can go help his
Nice.
teammate and trade Mio. They do have B-site a little. Oh, and Wenga sitting there. Here's the ropes and swings, but Vert will trade it back. It's a 2v3,
One enemy remaining.
down to a 1v2 now. And it looks like VC's just gonna run over to that A site. Both players have decent health.
You have to be careful.
We'll be down to this
30
Reyna
seconds
though.
left.
Mai, we've seen amazing
Spike
things
planted.
before. Let's see if Mai can pull this off. Trying to find a player anywhere on the site, but secure a perfect wide swing and catches Mai off guard, getting a 6th on the board for VC.
Yeah, nice stuff. Typically, you see a second round after the pistol, but yeah, Vancouver College is able to close it out. We saw the one-to-one first bit of the first half, and we're seeing it again in the second half. So, not one team able to hold on to the momentum from the pistol. We'll see if Vancouver College can take this and run with it. Looks like Killarney's going to be forced back on a bit of an eco, probably buying around Mai, who is able to afford the Vandal and some armor.
Get
And
out
they've
of my
left the
way.
B site wide open. This might be a mistake, as Vancouver College look to exploit. The rotate's coming fast in. As they work onto the B site, and they've already had it. They already have it. They have to be aware of the threats from heaven, though. One player there with Vert able to get 3 picks.
Spike planted.
See if he can get any more before he is traded out. Still decent amount of
One
health on
player
him.
remaining.
Regular taking out Wonin as well. And Mio as well, so flawless, oh, nearly flawless from Vancouver College, only losing 1 player in that entire scramble. And Vert closing it out with 3 rounds.
Yeah, what really helps them there early on is getting the pick
Here.
on Mai, who is,
Yeah.
I believe, was the only player with a rifle. So taking that rifle out of the round early on is very good for them.
Crucial.
Here.
Yeah, exactly.
Going to the next round, we're gonna have
Here.
VC heading towards the A site. Do have 2 players here, and I believe both of them have rifles. Watching the angle, getting some damage. However, Wenga is going to fall back to site.
You should run.
At this point, VC swarming Heaven and the site. Attacker killer ult will be coming out. And these attackers, or defenders, need to get out of here. Wenga, nice pick onto Morijin though, but Irregular trading it onto Wonin. Secure off through the wall onto Morian. Wenga trying to find the player, eventually gets the spray onto Sakura. It's down to a 2v3 for VC.
Where is everyone
All players
hiding?
holding.
No more
Irregular,
time
nice pick
left.
onto Wenga to bring it back to a 2v2. The ult was just used, they know where the players are.
Ooh.
But that's double swing from the defenders, catching both players off guard and taking the 9th round.
Yeah, the fact that those players were able to get out of the A site without being caught by the Killjoy ult, I think that's amazing in itself. But I think that Vancouver College, I think in the frenzy, they maybe lost the spike in front of a whole bunch of players, and I think that the fact that they weren't able to get that down was just kind of lost them the round. But not a bad try regardless. As we move into the 17th round, Vancouver College, or not, sorry, Killarney looking to secure double digits, but Vancouver College in their way. The trajectory on that nade tells them Morian's position. But now Jed is coming to swing and come to her aid. Winga. 3 players here. Morian able to get the first. Winga spraying through the smoke, gets 1. It is a 2v4.
Player
Mai
remaining.
taking another invert. Now it's all down to 1 player to stop them from running through just double digits Glizzy, but he's been a hero all around. We'll see what he can bring. They know his location now.
Foolish.
Oh, it continues the spray and actually gets a headshot. 1 player behind him. And Mai gonna close it out with a 3rd. 10th on the board.
Yeah, 3k for Mai. Very good for Killarney being able to hold that site.
Yeah.
So far though, 7 to 10. And the economy is not good at all for VC. Yeah, we have a few pistols, an SMG, and a rifle.
They've made them sing before, so let's see if they can do it
They
again.
have, yeah.
Get out of my way!
We're gonna be cautiously pushing after the last round.
Oof.
A lot of damage inflicted onto my, even more, 28 health after that peak. Regular going to be pushing the vents. Doesn't find a player yet, but there is Omen in heaven waiting for this. Vert also assisting the team with pushing Wonin out on the ledge. They know exactly where Vert is because of that sound cue and Wedge spraying through that smoke, getting Vert. Just like they will push towards the B heaven now. Flash is gonna go in. Morin only getting one before traded by Irregular, and that is a free gun for them that they can use. But that flank getting a pick onto Irregular. Glizzy does bring it back.
One enemy remaining.
But Wonin, 2 kills onto Glizzy and Sakirajima, closing it out 11-7.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll have to see what they have to bring here, as Vancouver College looks to buy again. We'll see if they can draw it out. Maybe get to double digits, and maybe see if they can pull that overtime or even the win. They would have to get 6 rounds in a row. My math. We'll see if they can do it. We've seen miraculous things so far this series. I assume this would be nothing different. There's many players work here. Winga, oh, what a pick. They'll take a little bit of damage in return, so something for Vancouver College to work with as they push up mid. Now moving over to the B site is Winga. Maybe holding heaven now, looks like. Morian as well is here and ready. Same with Mai. 2 players here on the A site. They could try to crunch the site if they're inclined to do so, and looks like that is going to be the call. Winga, sorry, quickly running over. Morian taking down my Glizzy Gobbler. Okay, that is an equalizer trade, so we'll see what they can do with it. Positive momentum. Plays out, Winga, Glizzy Gobbler also taken down. Another 4v2. Meal. The 4 players from Killarney looking to secure map point.
"30 seconds left."
As the 2 players sit hand in hand. B heaven and B side. Smoke off, make it plant down.
Get out
At
of
the
my
very
way!
least, one's gonna be coming through B main. They aren't fearful well. It's pushing right through. One takes one, trading out. And Winga closing it out with a 3rd kill in the round. 3 players still alive, and they take match point. By force, Killarney on 12 and only 7 for Vancouver College.
Yeah, Wenga has been an absolute menace for the side of VC to deal with, and from their perspective, it must seem like he's everywhere. He just rotates between different places. That early pick out A, heading back to B, heading back to A, just going everywhere, and VC have no clue where he's positioned, and that's a huge advantage for Killarney.
If you remember the first map, he wasn't really showing up. He wasn't really warmed up, I think.
Stay safe.
Maybe a little bit of the semifinal pressure getting to him. But now, no, certainly not the case. 23 frags to his name.
Early pick again. Nice shot to Glizzy. And this one looks like he's just gonna haul over to another position. Try to catch him off guard again.
Yeah, he just must be a nightmare, right? He's everywhere. You can't get rid of him. There's no way to, combat him. He's just everywhere.
VC are holding, though. They're just gonna sit here, have a bit of a team meeting, figure out what to do going into this final round. Possibly, unless they are able to pull this back.
Here again.
Early info coming in, the off is back. Morian barely getting the kill onto Regular. Wenga still holding site, 3v5. Pushing up. Neo kill onto Morigin. 2v5.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
For deploying that molly. Secure does get a kill onto Mio. And while reloading, Secura just getting that pick, 2v3.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, they're trapped in here.
They are, yeah.
See,
There are 2 players waiting on the other side of the smoke, Morian catching Secura. And Bird is trapped here.
10 seconds
Waiting
left.
here, and Morian does get a third, closing out 13-7.
so
After
13 to
3
7.
full maps, Killarney take this series.
Yeah, they take the series, and 2-1 as well. Vancouver College, valiant effort from them. They do one map of the seemingly unstoppable so far, undefeated Killarney, but they do take a map off them. 2-1 now, and they take the round. They will secure themselves a spot in the grand final, which will be happening next week, pending the winner versus Alpha versus Burn Creek, and we'll see what they have to bring there in the grand final of this tournament. But yeah, valiant effort from Vancouver College, good stuff from them, great individual, and it's just amazing to see how far both of these teams have progressed. Both of these teams have, developed as you said, more strategy-based teams rather than, pug frag-based teams. So it's been just absolutely an honor to see the amount of development in all of the teams in this tournament, particularly these two. And what an exciting game they've given us today.
Yeah, and for a game like Valorant, having more team-based play is very important, because if you look at it, each different agent has their own set of utility, and for example, you might not have a flash, so you're going to need your teammate to flash you in while peeking.
Yeah.
This is not like CSGO, where everyone has the same set of utility, everyone has nades, smokes, flashes, Molotovs. With Valorant, you really do need that team play, and it's showing up in these games. These teams, the help to their teammates with the utility, or the flashes, or pushing together, or double swing angles, all these different strategies that rely on good communication, good teamwork, are just showing up and providing or proving to be very useful, and giving both of these teams amazing performances throughout this entire series.
Yeah, if you've watched any kind of more professional level Valorant, you'll see that a lot of these traits that we're talking about in these games are present in as well. So really, to see these teams developing in that direction, I think is really exciting. I think it's, with a little bit more practice during the spring league, these could be the two teams, or the next league that we have, in the MVSSEA. It's going to be very exciting to see how far these teams have come and what they have to show and bring to the table.
Yeah, as you just mentioned, if we do have more leagues after this, I really do hope to see Vancouver College come back and just continue to evolve their strat book that they've already gotten this far.
Yeah.
And
Alright, so
exciting games.
Yeah, very exciting games. Some replays, definitely replayable moments, clippable moments that we've seen from throughout this 3-game marathon of series that we've had here. Killarney closing it out 2-1, and Vancouver College, unfortunately, they're going to be sent packing from this tournament. Hopefully, we'll see them again in the next league, but Killarney will be through to the grand final. They will be facing off again the winner of Burn Creek versus Alpha, and that should be a super exciting game.
Yeah, Drew, just to cut in, they're not packing yet. They still have a chance in the will still be playing whichever team loses in the Alpha and Burn Creek game in a race for third place in this tournament.
Okay, well, my mistake. They still have a way to go in this tournament. I think they have a lot to show. They are a momentum-based team, like we said many times throughout the series. I think that for them to take this loss, run with it correctly in terms of taking it into the bronze match, and really, because both of those teams have just lost their spot, unfortunately, in the grand final, right? So I think if they take this time, this little period of 1 week between now and that final, I think it will be good for them to be able to reset, have some practice, have some more team strategy, maybe work on their comms, do a couple of scrimmage games together. I think that they could come out as a way stronger team. I think that they have a chance of securing that third place. And yeah, Killarney, again, they've been just flawless. They've just been clinical during this entire tournament, and it's exciting to see them move on as well.
Sorry for the technical difficulties once again. Discord not favoring our matches today, or not favoring our coverage today. But yeah, I think that's about it from us. Thanks for tuning in to this very exciting best of 3, all 3 maps played through. And we hope to see you tonight at 7 p.m. for the best of 3 between Alpha and Burn Creek. We don't know who will win. And yeah, that's about it from us. See you then.